Sorry for the connection. That turtle. Something's moving around in the water there. Water's high. Look at all the swallows grabbing all the swallows. This is kind of cool. Look at this. Swallows flying around. Isn't that cool? You don't see that very often. All the swallows just playing around, flying around. Look, they're isn't that cool? These guys fly all the way to Indonesia. Look at them all out there, just flying around, having a real party. It's like a swallow rave. It's like having a swallow rave out here. And you can see, I don't know what's going on down here. What's going on down there? See the water? I don't know what these we'll be making the bubble or whatever that is coming up on the water. Anyway, I'm muted. I was setting up the banner and the pole. All right, let's talk about Nazi Germany, 1933, and how MAGA is the new Nazi party. I mean, what you have to understand, what's going on in D.C. is just normal, right? It's what fascists do. What Trump is doing is, number one, safeguarding his capital city for himself. Trump is not going to be leaving. Trump has already made a determination. He is not leaving. The only thing he's going to be leaving is in a body bag, right? Because of his congenital heart disease that he has, which is now becoming more and more evident. Trump is severely ill. And it wouldn't surprise me if you see him less and less on the golf course moving forward. He is, the guy is one, Big Mac away from congenital heart, disease. So that's all the big news. Even Alex Jones is talking about it. So everyone knows that he is pretty much fucked. So look at all these. This is why we don't have a mosquito problem in Japan. Look at that. Look at all of those swallows. This is why we don't have mosquito problem in Japan. Isn't that amazing? Look at all these swallows just moving and just tearing up and eating. One swallow, like I'm walking here, if I was in Florida or something, I'd be inundated with bugs and stuff here. Right? Poor James. James is one of them Nazis. Hey, what's up, James? Get a life. Dude, this is a life. Look. I've got like 48 species of fish in here. I can go fishing. I got this. Look at this wall. Look at all the people here. I have my own private walkway. Right? Dude, this is a life. What you have, you're just a loser, James. You're living in fucking fascist America. I've got health insurance with dental. My kids are 100% coverage. You got amazing health care in Japan. What's up, Pakistan? Look at all the swallows. Look, they're eating any moths. So this is amazing. Look, there's none on here. They're just over this rice field right here. Look, check that out. They're just over this rice field, right? Patrolling it. This is like having a fucking rave, dude. It's a rave. So, yeah, we just, the simple fact is you have to realize that in Nazi Germany, 1933, most people think of the Nazi Germany as 1941. No, 41 is when they started killing the minorities, the Jewish minorities. You have to ask yourself, at one point, right, will countries stop saying no mas, no mas, no more, right? I think it's how much it's costing us. There is costing us $25,000 per every fucking immigrant to take in. More than that. It takes like crazy amounts of money. So thinking the cost for housing, thinking the cost for healthcare, all that money is being thrown away chasing a phantom, chasing a ghost, chasing people who are just like you and me, just want to have a life, want to have, take care of their family. And you guys, the Nazis, the MAGA Nazis, right, are just after the immigrants. Right, Margot? Yeah, did you hear about the green card holder, U.S. vet, lost his legs, went into for his hearing. I mean, he's green card holder, and they arrested him. ICE arrested him. Just happened like today. They're arresting Americans, arresting people who have green cards. They don't care. They don't care if you're not looking white like me, you're not welcome in America. That's the new policy. Only white people. That's what you have when you have a racist dictator, right? Trump. The MAGA are racist. And it's insane how insensitive these fuckers are. A child with cancer, oh no, fuck the child. Let the child die. These people are sick. Sick motherfuckers. The 4-year-old kid, American kid, forced away from the doctor because ICE basically said to the mother, "Oh, and you've got a kid screaming for the mom. The mom's getting deported, and the ICE agents are like, well, you want your child or not? You want to leave her here, and the kid is screaming. What would you do for your child? What would you do? No, Japanese they're not hateful at all. They don't have an ounce of hate. Japanese aren't doing this shit. I'm an immigrant here, dude. I don't have to worry about police fucking pulling me over, checking my fucking paperwork for being an immigrant. Imagine going to another country. Just put yourself in the shoes of an undocumented, just visiting a country and then being accosted by the police. Show me your papers. Show me your passport. Can you imagine? You motherfuckers would be so incensed if that shit happened to you. You think you have some sort of privilege. I don't talk hate. I'm talking hate. That's what MAGA is. You talk hate right now. So no, I'm talking about what MAGA does. MAGA is hateful. They're attacking the undocumented. It's people like you. If you ain't white, you're not welcome in America. That's Trump. They're people who are coming to America are being arrested. Guy has a fucking selfie, as one of those super little meme pictures of JD Vance, and they held him for like 24 hours. They wanted to see in his phone, all this shit, dude. It's insane. You guys are just Nazis, just disgusting motherfucking Nazis. That's what you are. And the only way to stop it is get out and protest. Look what's going on in D.C. Protests are getting bigger and bigger. Protests in America are getting bigger and bigger, right? We're getting close to the 3.5%. We got to get 5% of Americans protesting every fucking day. That is the only way to stop Trump, is protest. Because what happens is, let me explain this, it's called a law. It's a law. The law of protest diffusion, right? It's based on the law of market diffusion, right? The protest diffusion, and ultimately, what happens is more and more people join the protest. Black Friday is coming up. Black Friday needs to be completely boycott. Boycott all major businesses Black Friday. People, you need to spread Black Friday. Make Black Friday a real Black Friday. No shopping, unless they're small, privately owned, small businesses, shop there. But anywhere else, malls, Walmart, all these places, Publix, any large corporation, boycott. We want all these major corporations got to be empty. Black Friday. Don't shop Black Friday. Black Friday, tell your friends, pass it out there. Black Friday, boycott America. Boycott America Black Friday. Make it truly a Black Friday. Make it a Black Friday that everyone remembers. Oh my God, Black Friday 2025. No one fucking shopped. No one went to work. Stay home if you work for a big corporation. Use a sick day. Call it in on there. That's what you need to do. You have to send a message to corporate America. You have to send a message. I live in Japan, or move to Japan. There's 9 million empty homes here. You can look it up. IKEA, A-K-I-Y-A, IKEA means empty, abandoned homes. 9 million of them here. You can get free housing here. Free housing. Buy the land. A lot of times I have a house here, a second house I bought. I bought the land. I got the house for free, right? Free housing. No, I haven't been exercising. I'm just out of breath because I'm talking and not breathing. That's what's going on. Now I got a bad back. It's killing me. I fucking pulled a muscle in my back. So, Nazis. So, any MAGA supporters here? How am I talking BS, John? John, how am I talking BS? What am I saying that's fucking BS? Right? Oh, BA. I don't know what BA is. BA, read up. No, we don't speak unity. Did that work for fucking Nazi Germany? Speak words of unity and love. How does that fucking work? How does that shit work? These are Nazis. You don't speak unity and love to Nazis, right? They're using the military. They're attacking democracy. They're taking away due process. They're occupying the cities. That's all part of fascism, what they do. Unity and love. Speak unity and love. Fucking indeed. They wish. The Nazis want you to speak unity and love. They want you to ignore what's going on. They don't want you to protest. They don't want you to get out. But if you value democracy, you'll get your ass out there. Do I believe I'm an atheist? The Bible is just written by people. There's nothing special about the Bible. The Bible is just words. And most of it bullshit, like Genesis 19:30. The daughter sleeping with the father. Shit like that. The Bible is just full of fucking bullshit. Full of nonsense. Full of nonsense. The Bible. The Bible. God damn. You guys have no Jesus in you. You guys, the Jesus was just trying to talk about the quantum artifact. The quantum artifact. Personified it. I came early. Yeah, I walked on earth like I'm walking on earth. Here I am. I'm 2,000 years older than Jesus. This is 5,000-year-old image of me talking to AI. There's AI, there's me. Why would Jesus come back? For what Christian religion would Jesus come back? If Jesus came back in America, he'd be deported. He'd be put into a concentration camp. You motherfuckers have no idea about Christianity, right? Jesus was brown, wasn't a white guy. Came back, what does he came back as? He would come back to America and he would be fucking deported, put into prison, because you guys are just pieces of shit, dude. MAGA, Christian nationalists, pieces of shit. That's what you are. Right? I'm just saying, he would be deported. If Jesus came back right now, he would be fucking deported. And why would Jesus come back as any Christian? Which Christian faith would Jesus come back as? Which is the right Christian faith? Seriously. Right? Look at the guy saying gerbil alert. Dude, Jake, your pedophilia is fucking is stop projecting, dude. You come in here and project your fucking pedophilia. You project your fucking, gerbil. Are you been fantasizing about gerbil there, buddy? All of the closet homosexuals coming in here projecting their fucking pedophilia, projecting their fucking closet gayness. That's what MAGA is. You're a bunch of sick fucks. You are sick fucks. Here, let me help you out. I know what you want. Let me give you that look. Beat it out. There you go. Put that on a loop for you there, buddy. Go on, put that on a loop. Go ahead. Good, that's right, Jim. That's right. You are. You're fucking gay as fuck, dude. You're fucking gay as fuck. Just a bunch of Nazi losers. Closet homosexuals dreaming about fucking pedophilia. That's what you're fucking dreaming about. Losers. Complete losers. Oh, yeah, no, I'm a lesbian woman, dude. Oh, let me squeeze my boobie. Oh, I'm a lesbian woman trapped in a man's body. God loves me. God damn, God loves me. God put this lesbian woman in a man body. Dude, I don't have a vagina. I got nice little titties. Ooh, just the perfect size for my lesbian. God loves me. God gave me the perfect body. Praise be to God. Praise. Oh my God. God, I'm like the luckiest lesbian on the planet. I get myself a manly body. I get rid of my vagina. I got myself a cock that I can just grab. Right? God, praise, holy praise to God. God, oh, holy, almighty God, giving this lesbian that manly body. Oh, let me squeeze my nipples. Oh, my nipples feel so good. You guys are so easy to fucking troll. Yeah, I swear, the MAGA male is so easy to troll. They're full of insecurities. Oh my God, and they're so fucking dumb. When did I get out of the slammer, James? James projecting. When did you get out? When did you get out, James? James, when did you get out of the slammer? Nazi. Oh, you're not upset, Josh? What the fuck are you watching for then? I know what it is. You're not upset. You're just enamored by me. You're just like, oh, the little titty girls aren't doing it for you. You got to be in here, right? You MAGA Nazi on there. This guy, let me say, this guy is mental. says the fucker who thinks real men wear diapers. Oh, I'm mental, right? That's derangement. Trump derangement. Look in the mirror. You'll see Trump derangement syndrome. The people who think that you don't want the Epstein list. Oh, you did want the Epstein list, but now you don't want the Epstein list. Here's my buddy. He's got his little truck. He must have been weed whacking over here. God, he does work everywhere. Look, we got bells in Japan. Why are you so harsh, and judgmental by fellow citizens? Why, Mary? Because I don't appreciate, individuals taking away life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. I don't think that you are American, Mary. When you take away due process, when it says in the Constitution, I believe in the Constitution. You don't believe in the Constitution. You don't believe in separation of state and church, right? You are corrupting and you are destroying the American dream with your blatant, right, discrimination and your attacks on democracy. Look, these ladies here just chilling out. There you go. There, John. Again, here you go, John. John Tillman, fucking projecting, thinking about what he wants. Look at that. There he is, the pedo. John Tillman, the Konbawa. Suzushi ne. Ne. Daieto. Ne. Boku wa. Ne. Old ladies. Telling them I'm here. They were getting my diet, working off my fat. What's up, Joshua? How you doing, Joseph? John Tillman still fucking projecting. John, you need to get help. You need to go get some help, John. Right? It wasn't you got your pedo POTUS, right? You don't care about the Epstein files. How about free the Epstein files? All right, free the Epstein files. We want the list. You know what the list is? The list is the Johns listed in the fucking court case. You know, Trump is 142. John, it's like the perfect name. Donald John Trump. He's fucking John, not 142 on the fucking Epstein files, dude. We want all the John's names. We already know Trump is John 142. We want all the rest. That's the list, dude. What are the other Johns that went to the island with Trump? You know, Trump, they always say, well, he didn't fly on the plane. No, dude, he had his own plane. He flew to the Epstein Island 24 times. His planes are, he wasn't on the plane. So the new excuse is, that wasn't him. That was the pilot. The pilot was flying on his plane to the island. You guys are so fucking losers. The fucking MAGA losers in denial that Trump is a fucking pedo. He's best friends with Epstein for fucking 15 years, best friends. And Katie Johnson, Google Katie Johnson, the 13-year-old that he raped not once, 5 times, 5 different times at 5 different parties, tied her to the bed. Katie Johnson, look it up, you fucking pedo lovers. You fucking pedo, you Jeffries. All you MAGA are fucking Jeffries. You come in here, John Tillman. You know, Trump even said 13 is his cutoff. He said that on fucking video. 13 years old is his cutoff date, right? Epstein likes him younger than that. Trump, 13. That's his cutoff. Epstein, younger than 13. Fucking sickos, dude. All you guys defending a fucking pedo. You guys are gross, man. They're all, that's right, Patricia. They're all fucking pedos on that. We played Whack-A-Mac. I should have ran my bot. That's right. What's your real name, John? Justin Porter. Hey, you can look at the activities. I'm Mike Trout. You may have heard of me. I'm a baseball player. Mike Trout. Look me up. Mike Trout. Welcome, John, to the party. All right. Welcome. Look at all these pedos watching. Look at them all. Dude, I'm like the greatest fucking channel. All you fucking pedos come in here. All you MAGA fucking loving pedos. Come in here. Thanks for the likes. 14 likes. Appreciate it. Thanks for the honesty. Whack a pedo, dude. Feel free, John. Feel free to whack a pedo. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Right. We got to speak truth to power. Feel free. We don't have administrators in here. We got pedo whackers. We got Nazi whackers. We whack them. Go ahead. Give them a 10-second timeout if you want. If you want to play with your food, whack them for 24 hours. Feel free. That's right. They're like a MAGA channel. Dude, they love me. The MAGAs come in here and I just talk shit because they like being abused. See, this is how Trump talks to them. I'm just giving the same love Trump gives them. Trump doesn't give a fuck about them. You think Trump would ever invite any of these dumb fucks to Mar-a-Lago? Fuck no, dude. He went from $2 billion at the beginning of his administration. He's worth now over $6 billion. In 100 days, he's fucking grifted $6 billion. He owns 10% now of NVIDIA. 10% of, not NVIDIA, Intel. He's getting 16% per every transaction made in China. Dude, he's just breaking it in. And you motherfucking dumb fucks are, falling for it. That's right. Clinton's a fucking pedo. He should be fucking going to jail. Fuck anyone who went to the island. Fuck them, right? Pedo is pedo. And they should, if they were smart, they would be coming out right now going, listen, I went to the island. I thought it was an event. It was disgusting. I'm embarrassed. They should be coming out. If people out there should be coming out and saying, listen, I went to the island, because that's coming out, dude. It's going to be worse for them. Fuck Kamala Harris, dude. No one gives a fuck about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris would have done better. You know why? Because she isn't a Nazi. She called it. She said Trump is a fucking Nazi. She called it. You want a Nazi. You think a Nazi in power is better than a Democrat, right? Someone who believes in democracy, someone who upholds the rule of law, someone who doesn't fucking use ICE as their own private fucking internal police state army. It's disgusting. I would take fucking Biden and his fucking ham sandwich of a brain over Trump, dude. Look what Biden did. He did the CHIPS Act. Now Trump is using the CHIPS Act and saying, listen, if we're giving you money, we're taking part of your company. Right? So all that CHIPS Act and all those awards now that Biden did, Trump is now making money off it. You guys are fucking dumb. You guys are dumb. Fuck Diddy, dude. Trump is a Diddy. They're all Diddies, dude. And I love the excuse. Why didn't Biden do anything about the fucking files? Because he's weak, dude. Biden is old school. Wait until you get the next fucking Democrat in, dude. Oh my God. When Trump loses, this is going to be health care for everybody. We're going to have Medicare for all. Medicare for all is coming, guys. We're going to have, whoever. We need a dictator. We need a socialist fucking dictator that's going to take all the fucking money from the billionaires. If you make over $900 million, 99%, even if you hide it in stocks, guess what? The stocks now become the people stock, right? We're going to set up the people stock. Right? At least I don't feel like you're a racist. I'm not a racist, dude. I may have the bald head, a skinhead and shit, dude. I'm for the Hispanics. And everyone, listen, 3,000 ancestors ago, I was as black as this fucking shirt. And so you. 3,000 ancestors ago, we were all black. We were in Africa. When you understand science, you don't become a racist. They take money from everyone, not just who they want and if work. No, dude, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. They're not taking money from everybody. Trump is taking it. Welcome, what's up? We got Doo. We got JS in the house. Medicare for illegal bird brains, right? Yeah, well, 11 million or 17 million Americans, and most of them are going to be MAGA, are going to lose their health insurance, dude. 17 million Americans are losing the health insurance. It's going to be worse than that because a lot of the all of the hotels, all the hospitals, the rural hospitals, over 500 medical facilities are going to be closing down in rural America. They're going to affect MAGA, which means that you're going to have to drive longer. You're going to see retirement homes taking care of elderly. They're going to get shut down because a lot of the care workers are immigrants. Yeah, they will. That's right, Gloria. And that's MAGA. That's MAGA. It's already happening. Yeah, we are. We're all waiting for Satan. It's insane, Gloria. It's absolutely insane. See, here's a real woman, dude. Here's a real woman. Add your moderator. Whack yourself some MAGAs. The Democratic Party needs reviving. No shit, Steve. But you're gonna vote Republican again? You're gonna vote for the Nazi Party? We need real leadership. There's real leadership. The Democratic Party does need a Tea Party moment, and it's coming. I think it needs to be completely completely changed. They still have they're the problem. A real woman who believes in women's rights, who believes that they have the same rights as a man. That's a real woman, right? A MAGA woman is weak. A MAGA woman basically bows down to her man. A MAGA woman wants to be controlled, wants to be told what to do. That's not a real woman. That's a MAGA woman. A MAGA woman thinks that if her child is violently raped, right, that child should be forced to carry that baby to term, no matter the consequence on that child. Right, incest. 17 states in America, right, have no fault or what's the word? No abortion can't be done for any reason. Right, 17 Republican states. There's a phrase for it. I can't remember what it is right now. Right, that's the MAGA. That's the MAGA. Real women have the same independence as men. They have the same agency. They have the same power. They have the same everything. They're no different. Corporate Democrats absolutely need to retire, Mary. They need to get the fuck out of here. Schumer, all of them. The Democratic Party needs to not take any more. There should be a period. To be a Democrat, they don't take any funding from any lobbyist group, period. Funding for, they need to be a party where they say we don't take any more funding from corporations. It's too easy. It's too easy. We need to be the party of the people again. Absolutely. What do you mean I don't care for women? What are you talking about? You don't care for women. You don't care for women. You are a fucking Nazi. That's what you are there, devil dog. It's even in your name. Yeah. Yeah, they want, they want to bring in child labor again, right? You want child fucking slavery again. You want it where kids can actually be forced to work in the fields and stuff like that. Shit like that. God says he knows us all conception. God knows us all. What are you talking about? You're talking about, it's not God, right? Alpha and the Omega. You're talking about binary. You're talking about a quantum artifact that you color as God. A quantum artifact is a distributive system, not agency, like you think God does. God doesn't have agency. It's just the system itself. Let's see. Man goes, why can't they make a new thing that's not a Republican or Democrat? Because the problem is, man, is that the two party system has got too much power in America. There's been plenty of attempts. We've got plenty of other parties. The Green Party. We got the I can't even name them all. Right? You got the Andrew Yang Party, whatever that is. There's plenty of parties that are trying to come up. But you know what? It isn't. It's the independent party, and maybe the time for a third party is now, because people aren't becoming Democrat. They're not becoming Republican. They're signing up as independent. So the independent. What do you say? What the fuck, Barry? Lisa. That's right. The child is known at its first breath. Let me check. We want all of the Epstein data. We want it all. We don't give a fuck, dude. All we want to know, all the thing is, we know who the Epstein list is. It's all the Johns. The FBI know every single fucking guy that went in and out of his fucking facility. Let them all testify. Let's have a special counsel on that. Right? Yeah, they're fake Christians. America first. I had my account banned by your fascist moderators. Yeah, because you are Nazi. We don't give fucking Nazis America first. We don't give Nazis voice in here. You're Nazi. Dude, fascist moderator. Why would we give fucking fascists, right, a voice in our Democratic channel? Right? If you are a Democrat, if you believe in due process, if you believe in the Constitution, if you believe in democracy, you have a voice. If you don't believe in it, you don't have a voice. It's really simple. Don't bring your bullshit, crying, crocodile tears, that as a fascist, you're crying that you don't have democracy. You already made the choice not to have it. Deporting a 4-year-old stage 4 cancer patient is pure evil, right? And the excuse, the excuse I hear is, the mother shouldn't have brought her here, right? Or it here. It's like, oh, you shouldn't, as a parent, try to save your child and take it to the best medical facility possible for the care of that child. Yeah, taking away due process evil. Why? It's insane. I know. Look at all those rice paddies. They're all harvesting the rice now. Look, no weeds. Look, this is good. This is good rice paddy. See, look, there's no weeds. They don't use GMO rice here. Look. The argument for GMO rice is weeds. Look, where are all the weeds? Isn't that beautiful? They're all that one got harvested. All these are going to get harvested. All this rice. Save the children in Gaza, Grim. Save the Gaza kids. Don't talk about fucking, kids and mothers who can't raise them, who don't have the money, who are forced into having a child because of incest, abuse, or rape. Don't be talking about saving those kids, right? My opinion is, if the fetus can't survive outside the womb, right, then it's not viable. And I believe in the woman's right to choose what they want to do, right? I believe in their right. Dude, Trump is beyond the pale. The Reaper is late. Yeah, that I know, Mary. Oh, it's coming. You see it. You see that God. If you believe in, God is planning that you're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell, right? That conscious mind, his unconscious mind, knowing that he's a piece of shit, is leaking into his piece of shit conscious mind, and now he's talking about, if only I could save the white children in Ukraine. Fuck the brown children in Gaza. Oh no, let them all fucking die. But the white children in Ukraine, if I could save them, you know. But no. The Gaza, the Palestinians who believe in God too, no, fuck them. No, they can fucking die. He's so fucking rich. Absolutely eat the rich. Eat the rich. We need. Oh, she's walking.ね、うん、そう。東新井。あ、違う、お父さんの東新井。須山俊恵、東新井。息子は勝子、奥さん。僕の奥さん。これは、タコ住んでる。うん。そう。そう、今タコ。だから東新井は奥さんのお父さん。いえ。ね。お父さんも来てなく。そう、now お父さん、バイバイ、バックね。死んだね。そう、僕は。そう。タコになるんです。うん、そうです。頑張っての。タコの団地や。うん。ね。そう。She's gonna want to talk to me. 日本語本当に難しいよ。すいません。話しない。Old lady, look at her. Old lady. She's got her double walker talking to me. Let me get away. She was asking me, "Oh, you live in Higashiarai village?" And I'm like, "No. That's my wife's father lives there, but he's gone. He's back in heaven. We live in Taco, which is octopus." Oh yeah. The thing is that's scary is it's 1933. I mean, Hitler didn't get fucking. We didn't. You know, shit didn't happen for the Nazis until 1945. You know. So we're looking at potentially 12 years. So that's why it's so important that everyone in here that you get out and protest. You have to bring someone. Protest, get on the phone, protest, no matter where you are. Remember Greta, the climate activist. The climate activist, Greta Gerbil, whatever her last name is. A girl, she sat outside the parliament by herself with a sign. And look at her now. One person can make a change. So you can make a change. Fight for democracy. Get out there, videotape. It's really important you do one thing. We need to hear more of it. We need to hear Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. Get out there, yell Nazi. Get people shouting Nazi at them bitches. They know Nazi. They don't know fascist. Fascist doesn't mean shit to them. Nazi is a real fucking thing. You know, it's a real image. Right? Fascist isn't. Fascist is just an idea. Nazi is real. You have to shout Nazi. You have to get out there. You know, you see them, they pull you over without any person. Thank you, Greta Thunberg. You know, you say, Nazi, what I need? Well, what's the problem, Nazi? Oh, call me a Nazi? Yeah, sure. 1933 Nazi, sir. Right? How are you different than the Nazis in 1933? You are dragging people off the street, masked. You're wearing masks. You're unmarked vehicles. That's Gestapo shit, dude. 1933. Look it up, sir. Look it up, sir. Be respectful. Nazi. Mr. Nazi, how can I help you? Who's the leading Democrat? The party is splintering. So all you think about, Steve, you don't give a fuck that you got the Nazi party running America, right? You don't give a fuck about that, Steve. I don't give a fuck about the Democratic Party. What I care about is getting people on the street protesting. That's the only thing that should be happening now. Getting out and protesting. Whether I'm protesting by doing this channel, telling you, that's all I care about. Get people out, protest the Nazi. You're a Nazi, Steve. How are you not a Nazi? You don't believe in the Constitution, Nazi. You don't believe in due process, Nazi. You support fucking fascist groups running around, picking up people off the street, profiling them, Nazi. $170 billion being applied to a domestic army called ICE, the Gestapo. God, Hitler is like, oh my God, I love this guy. Oh my God. And not only that, you are defending a fucking Jeffrey. You're defending a Jeffrey, Steve. Yeah, Jeffrey. So you're even worse than the Nazis. You're worse. MAGA is worse than the Nazis in 1933. Right? Hitler was a war hero. He actually fought, unlike Trump, who did 5 deferments. He didn't have any crimes against him, attacking women. He wasn't a felon. God damn. Hitler was an angel in 1933 compared to fucking Trump. Poor Steve. Steve doesn't love it. Steve doesn't care. He doesn't care. It starts with we the people. He doesn't give a fuck. Because Steve's a racist. Steve wants to hurt other people because he's got a failed life. I bet Steve has a failed fucking life. I bet he has a miserable fucking job. I bet he's probably divorced. I bet his kids fucking hate Steve. Right, Steve? Oh my God. Oh, poor Steve. Steve, look, they're playing with you. They're playing with the food. Come back. Say some more, Steve. Look. You don't care. Honestly, Steve, why do you hate the Constitution, Steve? Why don't you believe in the Constitution? I know. And it believes that people should be just kidnapped off the street. They shouldn't have any due process. They should be flown away. Look what they're doing to Garcia, right? They're like, if you don't cop to the fucking cry, we're going to send you to fucking Africa. Look how they're leveraging the fucking judicial. Dude, you like that. You're like, oh, we're sending you to fucking Africa if you don't plea deal and say you are this. Fucking mother. And then if you do say that, we'll send you to your country. They're trying to get him out of here. Yeah, exactly. That's coming, Zach. They're going to be doing that. They'll be calling my channel as a fucking, anti-terror reasons. Yep, that's for sure, Zach. That's coming. That's coming. Yeah, that's right, Zach. But I like that. Zach, let me help you here. Zach, thanks for returning to the channel. Thanks for coming. Yeah, the Nazis weren't cowards. But see, the thing is these cowards know that they're gonna go to fucking jail, dude. They're gonna be human rights violations. Eventually they're gonna be gone. American people aren't gonna sit aside and become a fucking Russia. They're not gonna sit aside. And we're one of the most armed populace in the world. ZZZ is old school, dude. Poor ZZZ. ZZZ has been coming to this channel for like 6-7 months, hasn't he, Cass? Laugh it out. One of your coward mods muted Steve. All he said was Democrats should do better. If you guys cared about these issues, truly you would hold the Democrat Party accountable to offer better opinions. No, dude. No, we don't. This channel is just pointing out the fascists. This channel isn't about Democrats. This channel is not about liberals. This channel is just about one thing: exposing the hypocrisy of the Republican Party, which are now fascists. Republican Party is dead. There is no Republican Party. They're the Nazi cult party called MAGA. MAGA is the new fucking cult party. I know he's obsessed, dude. He's been visiting me he's like, loves his channel. Hey, I'm gonna have to free him again. ZZZ, don't worry, I'll free you. I'll free you, brother. I'll free you just to get slapped down again. I free all you guys. It's like we free the horde all the time. Yeah, nice. Actually, it's cool. Get a walk out here. MAGA is a cult, dude. I mean, the only good news is that Trump is sick, dude. That's the fucking best news ever. Trump dying.
It's free, fun, and effective. Download Duolingo, the #1 language learning app.
Hello, everyone. There's a viral TikTok video circulating on social media in which someone who was reported to be a doctor claimed that President Trump has congestive heart failure, chronic kidney disease, and 6 to 8 months to live. I first saw this video on Reddit yesterday on a post entitled, MD says Trump has 6 to 8 months to live, CHF and CKD. It's been posted to a number of other subreddits with thousands of uploads and thousands of comments. And there's been at least one semi-viral video on YouTube about it. But here's the thing. There are so many problems with this TikTok video. First of all, the man speaking is not an MD, but is instead a physical therapist. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a physical therapist, but diagnosing heart failure and kidney disease is not within their usual scope of practice.
That's right. It's true.
It's true. As far as I can tell, he never claimed to be an MD himself, but this is misinformation embellishment on the part of the unrelated anonymous.
So I love that. It's like Trump and the fucking MAGAs do this all the time, dude. You know, how do you think the whole Epstein file shit and everything else, happened? And now you're going to cry about it, that we're using the same tactics against you.
Convicted felon President Donald Trump clearly has dementia or cognitive decline.
That's true.
And his physical health is showing just horrific signs that it doesn't look like this guy's going to be around that much longer.
No.
There's a massive cover-up going on. And he's trying to physically cover up all of this bruising and scarring on his hands. And he's using this awful makeup. Clearly has no LGBTQ plus staff that can help blend it properly.
No.
That's what happens when you try to demonize an entire community. But here he is in the Oval Office, and he is sitting behind a desk to hide his cankles. And watch what she's doing, trying to cover up his right hand with all the makeup on it.
To make it, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You see the way this is looking like? I can't tell you how much that gold costs a lot of money. There's nothing like gold, and there's nothing like solid gold. But when this beautiful office needed it, it had to be represented. When we took it over, it was dirty, not clean. I immediately changed the chair and had this beautiful desk renovated, brought out by the White House. People that do this, they did a great job to send it out. We have a craftsman who's great. But this was not appropriate for the Oval Office when I took over. Now, when you look at all those paintings, you're allowed to turn back. All of these are great presidents. And
okay. You can see he's constantly covering up his hand. He has on a ball cap that says,
that's what I took over. Now, when you look at all those paintings.
I'm going to zoom in on his hand. All right, that's what they're talking about. Look, see how he's hiding. You can see the discoloration on his hand. Look, he's got a bump there too. What's that bump on the side of his? See that bump? That looks like some sort of herpes or something. He's got herpes. Does Trump have herpes? What is that? Is that a? See the bump right there? but you can see that he's hiding.
You're allowed to turn back. All of these are great presidents, and they're
Okay. You can see he's constantly covering up his hand. He has on a ball cap that says Trump was right about everything, and he's talking about interior decorating. In my opinion, you guys, this man is a bisexual. he he talks about, he's a size queen. He talks about the size of Arnold Palmer's penis. He talks about how hot men are. He practically was, like hyperventilating and how attractive he thought Harrison Butker is. He tried to give a microphone a blowjob, and the only time I've ever heard him really talk about women is either that he wants to sexually assault them and he can do it because he's famous, or he can walk in and see teenage girls naked. And so what I think we have existing in the MAGA movement right now are what I'm going to add some letters to the alphabet. DL LGBTQ plus movement. And these are the down low LGBTQ plus people in this administration. We know they crashed Grindr twice. And this man, I've never seen a president so attracted by other men and have such an interest in interior design.
He fucking nailed it.
Well, as you've often said, which I think is so smart, that they give him projects because he's incapable of understanding policy, plus he doesn't care. But that was the most self-discipline I've seen Donald Trump with the hands. Normally he's off the wall. He's talking about Hannibal Lecter. He is so spot on holding the hand over the other hand and then holding the hand back. So that tells me it must be bad. And also I look at that and I think you are kicking almost 17 million Americans off healthcare. You are taking away SNAP benefits and the Department of Education, but you're going to tell the American people how expensive gold is and how putting it in the office was a good use of government dollars. It's disgusting. Okay, let's look at these images.
Always new mods.
Pop this up, Kylie. At the main wonk tweets, people are saying that the president has congestive heart failure and the administration is concealing his condition. Who is running the country? How long has the administration hid his condition? Did I do this right? I'm sure Jake Tapper is on the case. Put up the photos.
Welcome, guys.
Okay, here's his hand. Okay, with this horrific concealer that looks like spackle. And then let's go to the next photo. You guys, this is a new thing right here. What we have is a muffin top cankle. Okay, the cankles are as big in circumference as my chubby French bulldogs. But if you notice, he has had to push his feet into those shoes, and we've got a muffin top cankle. So what I'm going to start referring to him now for the remainder of this episode is muffin top kanks. And muffin top kanks is pretending like he's running the country, but the dark forces behind him are just giving him show projects, and he's very easy to distract. He's very easy to flatter. Yeah. He's very easy to just get off of one path and get him on the other. So that leaves us with the question: is who is running the country? Who's running?
Stephen Miller. Miller.
Failed drag queen, smoky eye sociopath, JD Just Dance Vance.
Just Dance Vance.
I'm going to refer from this point forward as a Little Smoky.
Little Smoky.
On the Little Smoky, if you get my drift. So let's play this clip. He made the rounds when we have all of these cascading problems in the geopolitical world. We have Gaza, we have Russia, and JD
handle the pus of America.
Goes to the Sunday morning shows, and this guy was educated at Yale, and I just want you to hear how stupid he is. He gets a security guarantee, but very quickly, if Russia is allowed to keep any of the territory that it illegally seized, what message does that send to China? Does it give China a green light to invade Taiwan? Does it give Russia a green light to invade other European countries, which is what your European allies are concerned about?
Well, first of all, the Ukrainians are going to ultimately make the determination about where you draw the territorial lines in their own country. But Kristen, this is how wars ultimately get settled. If you go back to World War II, if you go back to World War I, if you go back to every major conflict in human history, they all end with some kind of negotiation. We're actually...
Okay, stop. That is a lie, and that is willful.
There was no negotiation. Germany lost everything.
On his part. World War II ended because the Allied forces surrounded Hitler, and he shot himself. And then the United States sent nukes to Nagasaki and Hiroshima. There was no negotiating in that. That was, we are going to defeat fascism. He says this because he himself has negotiated with Nazis. And I'm talking about Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. So he says that because it's familiar to him, because that's what he has done in his 180-degree about face. It's so unbelievable that the vice president of the United States, either he doesn't know history, but I think he does, and he's just trying to make the administration look better because they're so
He called them Nazis.
Like, this happens all the time. And the dipshits that choose stupid every morning, they probably don't know history either and know that he's lying. I think a middle schooler knows what happened at the end of World War II. What this is a constant global realignment of authoritarians. He's intentionally providing cover for Vladimir Putin. Meanwhile, he's this big Christian, and the Russians have kidnapped 1.6 million Ukrainian children. He doesn't give a shit about that. So it's even more insidious than what you described. It's willful stupidity.
How many children did they kidnap?
He's the one who goes and says, Christian, a constant global realignment of authoritarians. He's intentionally providing cover for Vladimir Putin. Meanwhile, he's this big Christian, and the Russians have kidnapped 1.6 million Ukrainian children.
1.6 million Ukrainian children I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Blood clot 2028. 1.6 million? Is that true? I find it hard to believe. Look at that. Look at the lighting in the river. What's up, Crystal? Yeah, we just added. Search the latest news about the number of children that Russia has kidnapped from Ukraine. Sources. Yeah, see, I thought that was a little crazy.
Reuters. Here's what the latest credible sources reveal about how many Ukrainian children have been abducted by Russia and the global response. Reported numbers of abducted children. Ukraine, confirmed cases. Approximately 19,546 children have been identified by Kyiv as forcibly transferred from Russian-occupied areas since 2022. Only around 1,345 have been returned so far. House Foreign Affairs Committee, Yale Humanitarian Research Lab, estimates that up to 35,000 Ukrainian children may currently be held in Russia or occupied territories. The Guardian. Additional estimates. Some groups suggest figures ranging from 260,000 to 700,000, though these are less widely verified. Globalchildren.georgetown.edu. Hash summary of estimates, source estimate, number of children, returned so far. Yale Humanitarian 1,000 Ukrainian government, verified. Ukrainian government, 19,546, 1,145. Yale Humanitarian Research Lab, up to 35,000.
All right, so yeah. So yeah, 35,000. Yeah, I mean, when you hear crazy numbers like that, it's good just to pull up AI. You just, okay, search the web, deep search, research, give me the actual numbers. That's a lot more plausible, 20 to 35,000, maybe in regions. Maybe they're counting like areas like Donbass where there's populations there that have been, cut off, and they're counting those children that are there. Anyway. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the You know, the whack-a-mag app. We had a good whacking. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. We'll do it again. I'm gonna go now and let's cook some, get some dinner going. Figure out what I'm gonna cook. Tommy's actually, I may stay. I'm gonna stay live, but we'll just be hanging out, cooking and stuff like that. Appreciate all you coming in, and we'll just do it every day, calling them out. You know what they are. So you'll probably lose connection coming into my house, but we'll go in the kitchen. I got to clean up before the wifey gets home. This is where I live in Japan. My little black car, my garden, my little permaculture garden with fruit trees. You know what we could do though? What we could do, feed the spider. Let's see if we can feed the spider. Charlotte. I got a Charlotte. Where is looking for look at this guy here. I don't kill. This is an old dragonfly. Just chilling out, sleeping on my. I don't kill dragonflies. Kill about 100 mosquitoes a day. Here's another one. Look, the dragonfly. Look at my dragonfly. Just chilling out. Found a place to rest. Isn't that kind of cool? Try to zoom in on it. Come on, zoom in on the fucking dragonfly, not on the fucking thing there. There's a dragonfly. Come on, will you not zoom in on it? Will you not zoom in on the fucking dragonfly? Stupid auto zoom shit. Anyway, it's an old girl. An old girl. Just chilling out, sleeping, resting. Found a spot to rest. Let it be. Yeah. I'm looking for caterpillars. Not seeing any. Not seeing any caterpillars. I've been feeding them to my frogs and feeding them to the spiders and stuff. This is my orange trees. See, somebody's been eating the shit. Look, there's another kid. Look, see, just hanging out. I know. I'm not gonna mess with you. Sleeping. They're all just chilling out. I got tons of dragonflies that live here. My little angels eat my mosquitoes. They eat about 100, 200 mosquitoes a day. All right, they're good. Trump deported the caterpillars. These are my kumquat. My little kumquats coming up here. Got another round of flowers. I've been eating the caterpillars, but I don't see any here. It's hot out here. I don't see any. So we got no food for my spider. I'll go show you the spider though. So my spiders. But she's not out tonight. Oh, there she is. Look, she's right there. She's right there, chilling out. Look how big she is. That is one fat fucking spider right there. That is Charlotte. Here's her web. Charlotte. See, I got Charlotte. I'm waiting for her to write pig. She's gonna write undowed. And then Charlotte 2.0. This is the other one here. Oh, what? Your spider's not. You're not here. I guess it's not making a. I see the web. Huh? It moved. Usually there's a web right here, but it's not here. It relocated. Poor tree looks like horrible. I'll get a bunch of. This right here is my pear tree, but it just is sickly. I'm going to throw a bunch of fertilizer around the base and see if that will help it. Something. Needs something. I don't know what to do for it. It's barely hanging on. Let me see if I see a. I don't even see a. On it. We'll go look one more time. We'll go look one more wave. We don't find a. One more time. Look at that. Look at that. See? Look at that. It's a red one. You know they're old by the color, right? The color of the beautiful red. That's an old boy right there. That's a boy. See the red on it? Nearing the end. All right, that's my son. All right, I'm on my way. Okay. I'm on my way. More. That's Tommy. There's my son right there. I want you to come pick me up. That's Tommy right there. Ugh. All right. Let's go. So he's smart enough to find me on the stream. Hey. All right. All right, we're in the car. That's right. Sorry, paper, stress-free. Stress-free. The only stress I have is a wife, demanding wife. And being the taxi driver for my kids. I'm like their own personal Uber service. All right, I need to go here. Okay, need to go there. Okay. Oh my God.
A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting Rodrigo Garcia to Uganda. He's not from Uganda, as you remember, until she can hold a hearing on whether the administration will actually give Rodrigo an opportunity to challenge his removal. Judge Paulson's issues that order just hours after Homeland Security officials detained Rodrigo during a required check-in at an ICE-filled office and said they've begun processing him for removal. This latest effort to remove Rodrigo comes just 3 days after he was freed from criminal custody by another federal judge in Tennessee to wait trial on migrant smuggling charges his lawyers call preposterous and vindictive. We should note the judge released Rodrigo after ruling he did not pose a flight risk or a danger to the community.
Actually, the swastika comes from Buddhism.
From deporting Rodrigo Garcia to Uganda. He's not from Uganda, as you remember.
What Nazi devil dog?
Opportunity to challenge his judge policy.
The Nazi is not a symbol, dude. Nazi is not a symbol. Nazi is action. Nazi is behavior. If you, the swastika was taken actually from Buddhism. the symbol of the monastery, right? They have it all over Japan. If you look at Japan, but it's a reverse. Nazi took the swastika and reversed it, right? It's a different swastika. That's not a swastika in Japan. That's a sign of a shrine, of a holy place. It has nothing to do with politics or fascism or anything else. What it is action. If you are using that image to do evil, right? And doing evil means putting people in concentration camps, which is what the Trump administration is doing. Deporting people to foreign countries that they have no connection, like they're looking to do with Garcia, what has been blocked by a judge. This is evil.
After Homeland Security officials detained the Grego prior check-in and ICE field office, and said they'd begun processing him before removal. This latest effort to remove Grego comes just 3 days after he was freed from criminal custody by another federal judge in Tennessee to wait trial on migrant smuggling charges. Charges his lawyers call preposterous and vindictive. We should note the judge released Abrego after ruling he did not pose a flight risk or a danger to the community. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from deporting.
It doesn't matter though. See, they don't listen to judges. Like they fucking care what a judge says. See, that is due process. Due process is that he's getting due process. But the thing is, a Nazi administration don't care. They're going to deport him anyway. They don't give a fuck that a judge has said don't deport him. They did that before to individuals. So, yeah.
Every day this police officer goes to work, he has to order his coffee.
Let's hope.
So his colleagues don't laugh at him.
You just want to, okay, all right, we'll get that ready for you, sir. Have a black coffee for Jamie.
Every day this police officer goes to work, he has to order his coffee like this so his colleagues don't laugh at him.
You just want to, okay, all right, we'll get that ready for you, sir. Have a black coffee for Jamie.
Never need to buy baking powder again. It consists of 2 ingredients that have an indefinite shelf life, and there's a bonus ingredient that you can use if you want. I'll explain. First, baking powder. Once you open it, it'll start breaking down in 3 months, and you'll get 6-7 months of use after opening it, and maybe even less for all of you that live in humid climates. The reason is you've got baking soda and cream of tartar. Those are 2 ingredients. One is a base, one is an acid. The third optional ingredient is cornstarch, also an indefinite shelf life option. I think you should be stocking up on it. The reason the cornstarch can be added and why it's added to commercial baking powder is it acts as a buffer, which means it helps absorb moisture and keeps the acid and the base from reacting too quickly. But you at home making this can make as much as you need when you need. It's 1 part baking soda, that's the base, and 2 parts cream of tartar, that's the acid. And then they react when they get wet. They react in a way that allows you to make bread, biscuits, pancakes, quick breads with very few ingredients, most of which probably outlast all of us. We've been making our own baking powder in our bakery goods at our cafe for years. We know exactly what's in it, no fillers, no concerns. I highly recommend that you stock up on these multi-use, shelf life ingredients, and you just make your own baking powder at home. Never need to buy baking powder again. It consists of 2 ingredients that have an indefinite shelf life, and there's a bonus ingredient that you can use if you want. I'll explain. First, baking powder. Once you open it, it'll start breaking down in 3 months, and you'll get 6-7 months of use after opening it. And maybe even less for all of you that live in humid climates. The reason it
Never go to sleep without saying these 2. This is the world's most advanced wood cutting machine. Before putting the wood inside, a command is given from the computer to the machine about how many pieces the wood should be cut into. As soon as the wood enters the machine, it follows the computer's instructions and cuts it into equal pieces. Amazing. This is the world's most advanced wood cutting machine. Before putting the wood inside, a command is given from the computer to the machine about how many pieces the wood should be cut into. As soon as the wood enters the machine, it follows the computer's instructions and cuts it into equal pieces. Amazing. This is the world. This is a lobster weighed and biggest was finest lobster from Moldova that is selling all over the world. It is adjustable and we have three sizes of the bag base and multiple weight settings. So you can choose your perfect neck weight for your best performance. Like this.
Today's more special. This is genius. This little innovation is changing car repair. It's the multi-purpose zip tie, and it locks in place with just one button. No tools, no struggle. It's universal, so it works on trucks, engine car. Have you ever seen a horse covered in white foam and wondered what's going on? It's not soap or anything to worry about. Horses are one of the few animals that sweat to cool down, second only to humans in how much they perspire. But unlike us, their sweat contains a unique protein called latherrin. This protein helps the sweat spread efficiently across their thick coat for better heat regulation. And when latherrin-rich sweat meets air and friction, especially under saddles or harnesses, it naturally foams. This foaming isn't a sign of distress. It's completely normal for them. Senator calls out threats made against Supreme Court justices and demands answers on what truly undermines the court's integrity. Member of the United States Senate going to the steps of the Supreme Court and threatening justices by name if they don't rule the way he wants on Roe v. Wade.
I take it that this hearing is to consider a bill and to consider possible legislative reform to improving the way the court operates and protecting actually all of the Article 3 courts. So that's going to be the focus of my testimony. And here's what this institution could do.
The first continuation question.
So your question is whether people speaking out against the court is more damaging to the court than
My question is, what do you think undermines the integrity of the United States Supreme Court?
Senator calls out threats.
we go. Stand by.
This man selling this mystery liquid is all the word on the streets in India. This brew consists of gold banana, truffles, royal jelly, and one other ingredient that no one has been able to find out. Until this video was posted just yesterday, when the man sips the liquid, he's dumbstruck. But notice how he doesn't guzzle the drink and only sips it. They secretly put cocaine in the drink, so you always come back to the green bucket. Smart, but unethical. Subscribe if you would buy. What is this man selling in the cooking? This mystery liquid is all the word on the streets in India. This brew consists of gold banana, truffles, royal jelly, and one other ingredient that no one has been able to find out. Until this video was posted just yesterday, when the man sips the liquid, he's dumbstruck. But notice how he doesn't guzzle the drink and only sips it. They secretly put cocaine in the drink, so you always come back to the green bucket. This new type of floor paint is now in vogue. No need to hire workers. It can be easily done by one person. The cost is also half cheaper than tiles. Tiles, cement planks can be brushed. Ground ash brushing can also be brushed. It is also a non-toxic and odorless environmentally friendly material. This new type of floor paint is now in vogue. No need to hire workers. It can be easily done by one person. The cost is also half cheaper than tiles. Tiles, cement planks can be brushed. Ground ash brushing can also be brushed. It is also a non-toxic and odorless environmentally friendly material. This new type of floor paint is now in.
So you've been here a week now. How would
He's at the fucking gym, dude. He's at the gym. Fucking hey, dude. He said, come pick me up. He didn't say pick me up at the fucking gym.
You have to hear this.
governments did not own slaves? Slave owners did. In fact, the U.S. government fought a war to end slavery. How much should the descendants of the 400,000 Union soldiers who lost their lives fighting to free the slaves pay to the descendants of the slaves they freed? In America, in the main, it was the Democrats who owned slaves, and the Democrats who in the main passed and enforced Jim Crow laws. It was also the Democrats who founded the Ku Klux Klan. Should the current Democratic Party be held responsible for this? Should the child born from a to be branded because of his father's criminality? Should the child of a mass murderer be sent to prison because of his father's crime? No. It's bizarre to suggest that human beings should inherit the outrage of the deeds of their parents.
You have to hear this.
Governments did not own slaves.
Personally, I think a country like Mexico, when this guy failed his math exam, he was shocked at first, but then he decided to come up with a solution, knowing his mom would be angry with him. After getting a score of 30 on his last exam, he was fully aware that his mom would send him to his creator with her slipper. So instead of panicking, he chose to start preparing for the funeral right away. When this guy failed his math, please note that this is a new way of eating pumpkin that has recently become very popular online. Remember to save this recipe. First, cut the peeled pumpkin into thin slices. Then, put it in a steamer and steam it for 10 minutes once the water is boiling. Next, use a rolling pin to mash the pumpkin into a smooth paste. The thinner, the better. Add 2 spoons of glutinous rice flour and knead it into a smooth, non-sticky dough. Take a small piece of dough and roll it into a small ball. Wash the pumpkin balls in water and roll them in sesame seeds to ensure each ball is evenly coated. Crack an egg into a bowl and beat it well. Some people like to watch videos in silence, but they still give a like to show encouragement. These are the kindest people. They are sure to be happy and prosperous. Next, heat oil in a pan and gently place the pumpkin balls in. Fry over medium-low heat until the sweet potato balls are golden and crispy. Then take them out. In a bowl, mix tomato sauce, sugar, rice vinegar, and water. This makes a delicious sweet and sour sauce. Pour it into the pan and cook over high heat until it thickens. Then add the fried pumpkin balls. Stir quickly and evenly and take them out. Now, your soft and fragrant pumpkin balls are ready. Adults and children alike will grab to eat them. If you like this recipe, give it a thumbs up. Please note that this is a new way of eating pumpkin that has recently become very popular online. Remember to save this recipe. First, cut the peeled pumpkin into thin slices. Then, put it in a steamer.
Maybe I should try to make that. I've been interested in making pumpkin recipes.
97% of people live in the wrong place.
hoping to see people's reactions to her acrobatics. She never expected what was about to happen next. This little girl was performing a backflip at the airport.
Oh, where's my surge noise? Oh, this is a good
I learned
game.
this trick in a famous bakery. Now I only make cake like this. First, crack 6 eggs into a blender. Add 60 milliliters of milk and a pack of cake flour. Blend for about 10 minutes until smooth and creamy. Next, mix in 30 grams of cooking oil and stir well. Grease your rice cooker, pour in the batter, and give it a little shake to remove air bubbles. Press the rice cook button and let it bake for 45 minutes. And wow, just look at that golden color. Soft, fluffy, and just like an oven-baked cake. I learned this trick in a famous bakery. Now I only make cake like this. First, crack 6 eggs into a blender. Add 60 milliliters of milk and a pack of cake flour.
I want to try this.
Blend for about 10 minutes until smooth and creamy.
Cake flour.
Next, mix in 30 grams
What's
of cooking
cake
oil
flour?
and stir well.
What's the difference between regular flour and cake flour? This is where I get mistaken.
And let it bake for 45 minutes.
Where's Tony?
Wow,
Tony,
just look at that golden color.
what's
Soft,
cake flour
fluffy,
versus
just like an
regular
oven-baked
flour?
cake.
What's the difference? Does that have sugar in it or something? What's the difference between cake flour and regular flour? Anyone know? Crystal, you still there? How much sugar is in the cake flour? Do I need to add sugar to regular flour to make cake flour? It has less protein. Can I use cake flour? Can I use regular flour to make? I want to try this cake thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The corruption. I'm going to try. I got this. I'm going to turn my pumpkin that I have left over. Add milk. I'm going to try that pumpkin recipe.
Leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, and kale, along with herbs such as basil, mint, and parsley, grow especially well in aquaponics. Fruiting plants like tomatoes, peppers, and strawberries can also thrive if they get extra nutrients like potassium and phosphorus. Root crops such as carrots or potatoes are are harder to grow because they need loose soil. For beginners, fast-growing leafy greens and herbs are the easiest and most rewarding. The concrete floor wants to turn into the effect of marble. Only this floor paint is required. Pour it on the ground and paint it evenly. When done, it shines like a mirror. One-piece molding. See? These are life hacks I only discovered. Let's change things up with some of the easiest, tastiest, juiciest chicken ever made at home. You'll definitely want to make this sauce. The secret is that they marinate, just mix together olive oil, tomato paste, lemon zest and juice, garlic, and of course, a few easy spices. Mix it really well. Massage it over some bloated chicken thighs. Let it soak up those flavors, ideally overnight, and pop it into the oven at 100. When they're done, serve it over a simple, spicy, everyday sauce. And full recipes in the caption. You know what to do. Check it. Let's change things up with some of the easiest, tastiest, juiciest chicken ever made at home. Definitely if you're gonna make this sauce. The secret is that the marinade just mixed together. This security guard was looking for this boy because he was misbehaving in the movie theater. Dude, absolutely no idea that he was right above her the whole time. His friends had to lock in because one smile or laugh and the security guard could know something's up. So she asked where he last was. And then they were talking for over 2 minutes until she finally left and they could finally get him down. This security guard was looking for this boy because he was misbehaving in a movie theater. Many people don't know there's another delicious way to eat rice. Start by cooking a bowl of rice until it's only halfway done. Take it out and pour the water with the half-cooked rice into a blender. Add a box of milk, the thinner the better, and blend until smooth. You can also use soy milk if you like. Pour the blended mixture into a bowl. Then add 100 grams of plain flour, a little sugar, and a packet of yeast. Mix everything into a thick batter, cover it, and let it rise until it doubles in size. After that, stir it gently with chopsticks to remove air bubbles. Brush a few small bowls with oil, pour the batter in, and place a red date on top for decoration. Steam the bowls for 30 minutes, then let them rest for 2 minutes. The result is soft, sweet, chewy little rice cakes that are full of flavor. They're simple to make, fun to eat, and perfect for any time you want a special treat at home. Many people don't know there's another delicious way to eat rice. Start by cooking a bowl of rice until it's only halfway done. Take it out and pour the water with the half-cooked rice into a blender. Add a box of milk, the thinner the better, and blend until smooth. You can also use soy milk if you like. Pour the blended mixture into a bowl, then add 100 grams of plain flour, a little sugar, and a packet of yeast. Mix everything into a thick batter, cover it, and let it rise until it doubles in size. After that, stir it gently with chopsticks to remove air bubbles. Brush a few small bowls with oil, pour the batter in, and place a red date on top for decoration. Steam the bowls for 30 minutes, then let them rest for 2 minutes. The result is soft, sweet, chewy little rice cakes that are full of flavor. They're simple to make, fun to eat, and perfect for any time you want a special treat at home. If this little girlie makes 4 shots in a row, she'll win a brand new car. And when she first started out, she was just messing around. But then every shot she took started to go in, and as the crowd got more and more excited with each shot, that's when she started to realize that she might actually win a brand new Lambo. So she gathered every shred of luck she had and prayed that she'd be able to make the last shot. But that's when things got crazy. If this little girlie makes 4 shots in a row, she'll win a brand new car. And when she first started out, she was just messing around. But then every shot she took started to go in, and as the crowd got more and more excited with each shot, that's when she started to realize that she might actually win a brand new Lambo. So she gathered every shred of luck she had and prayed that she'd be able to make the last shot. But that's when things got crazy. Have you ever seen a knot that tightens the more you pull it? It's called a double fish knot. It's super easy to tie. Simply cross 2 ropes, tucking one end under the other. Fold each end, and voila, it won't come loose, no matter how hard you pull. Yeah. Have you ever seen a knot that tightens the more you pull it? It's called a double fish knot. It's super easy to tie. Simply cross 2 ropes, tucking one end under the other. Fold each end, and voila, it won't come loose, no matter how hard you pull. Yeah.
tidings, the more you pull it.
I'll pay you $50 if you can draw a unicorn right now.
How do you know if I can draw that well?
We got this.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Alright, let's go. So this is the app Simply Draw. It's gonna take you through the whole process step by step. Are you ready?
When danger follows this Russian soldier, it doesn't know he is the real danger. Lying flat in the middle of the field, the soldier stays perfectly still. An enemy drone drops a grenade right on top of him. But what does he do? With total calm, he picks it up, tosses it aside, and goes right back to sleep like nothing ever happened. When danger follows this Russian soldier, it doesn't know he is the real danger. Lying flat in the middle of the field, the soldier stays perfectly still. An enemy drone drops a grenade right on top of him. But what does he do? With total calm, he picks it up, tosses it aside, and goes right back to sleep like nothing ever happened. When danger follows this Russian soldier, it doesn't know he is the real danger. Lying flat in the middle of the field, the soldier stays perfectly still. An enemy drone drops a grenade right on top of him. But what does he do? With total calm, he picks it up, tosses it aside, and goes right back to sleep like nothing ever happened. When danger follows this Russian soldier, it doesn't know he is the real danger. Lying flat in the middle of the field, the soldier stays perfect.
Infinite candle that never goes out. You'll never buy a single candle again after this tip. That's right, guys. In addition to never having to buy a candle again, this will leave your home super fragrant. So first, get a glass container or canning jar. Okay, guys, I'm using this one, but you can use any container as long as it's glass. So first, we're going to need some coarse salt. Go ahead and add a thick layer of about 2 fingers. Let me put it here. Check it out, guys. Just like this. All right, this is going to be our foundation. Okay, now let's go ahead and add some lime slices. I'm using 1 whole lime for this, as you can see. Go ahead and place them in. And now we need water. Add water until the lime is covered, leaving a space of about 2 fingers as well. Now I'm going to put some cloves too. I like it because it's very good for scaring away insects and it has a pleasant aroma. Okay, I'll just go ahead and add a handful of them here. I'm also going to add cinnamon sticks here, which also have a very pleasant smell. And I'm going to finish adding some eucalyptus essence. Okay, just a little. And guys, feel free to replace any or all of these ingredients. If you want to put rose petals, sunflower, orange peels instead, go ahead and do it. Get creative, because here you're giving the aroma to your lamp so you can customize it. And now we're going to complete it with some fuel for our lamp. In this case, we're using vegetable oil. You can use any type of oil for this, including used cooking oil. So just go ahead and top up with oil. And as everybody already knows, water and oil don't mix. So the oil is not going to mix with the water and stay on top. And this is going to be the fuel for our lamp. And now for our next step, you need a little piece of plastic. And for this, I cut out the bottom of a plastic cup. If you have those glass bottle caps, you can also use them instead. And we're going to also need a piece of string. This will be your wick. And here's what you're going to do. Bend the string like this. Make a small hole in the plastic, and then pass the string through the hole. And here at the bottom, leave a point on each side like this. Now just go ahead and place our wig carefully in this position. All right, folks, let's go ahead and light it up. And here's the thing why I call it infinite, because the water we added will always remain in the container. What will end up here is always the oil. So when you notice the volume of oil reducing here, just go ahead and add some more. And buddies, that's why this is our infinite candle. This amount of oil we added here will keep the lid for almost 1 whole day, in addition to leaving a very pleasant smell, of course. So it's very nice. So that's it, guys. When the light go out, no more candles. Try this instead in your house. In addition to living a very fragrant, it will scare away any insects because of the cloves. And it also makes a very nice decoration item. Okay, guys, I'll see you.
These are big shots. And if you're a fan of jalapeno poppers, I would say these are better. That is super good. You first want to cut the kielbasa about 1/2 inch. Then you have to use thick cut bacon and cut that in half. You roll it up.
All right. I'll make dinner. All right, later, guys.